So we'll start with movies. And of course, while there's the loudest car that's ever existed, or maybe a gardener or something outside making a stupendous amount of noise. Welcome back to Dramatic Evaluation. In this video, I'm going to be doing my monthly what I've been watching, going over everything I watched last month. Last month, I tried to switch this to what to watch in the following month, but it just didn't make sense either. It's like I'm saying what to watch in September, and it's like half of the stuff I watched is like old stuff that I'm just catching up that's on my list, or things I've been wanting to watch from like 5 years ago. Other stuff is like it came out in August, so it's kind of like it's not brand new coming out in September. So I don't think that made sense. Give it a try. I'm over it. I'm switching it back to what I've been watching. So just something I like to do. Just kind of go, I'm watching all kinds of stuff. So I like to briefly talk about the stuff that I'm watching, what I recommend you check out, and what maybe to avoid. So let's get into it. So we'll start with movies. And of course, while there's the loudest car that's ever existed, or maybe a gardener or something outside making a stupendous amount of noise. And so I'm sorry if that's coming through on the mic. I don't know how it could possibly not, because it is so loud. Okay? So sorry about that. First movie I watched in the month of September. So I did not go ham like I did in August. August was so many movies and shows. September wasn't super low, but it wasn't anywhere near that. But the first movie I watched was Please Don't Destroy the Treasure of Foggy Mountain. This was a comedy movie on Peacock that was surprisingly so funny. It's about three guys, like they're friends since they were kids. They find something that is like a clue to go find some treasure on this mountain. So they go on a adventure to go find this treasure. Dude, this movie, I thought it was gonna be, not that funny, maybe a little cringe. It was hilarious. It was like reminiscent of like Hot Rod or something like that, where you're like, oh, these dudes are kind of unknown. Like, is it gonna be that funny? And they were just kind of like awkward and like had their own kind of thing, their own kind of comedy going on. And it was good. I enjoyed it. Definitely recommend that one. Significant Other, sort of horror movie or like thriller, really. Not great. I wouldn't watch this. Didn't rank it very high. It's a guy and a girl go out into the woods on a trip. Like an alien, body snatcher almost kind of deal. It wasn't very good, and I would not recommend that movie. Sweet Dreams. What is that? It took me a second to remember what that even was. I only watched this because Bobby Lee is in it. Bobby Lee is the funniest human on the earth. I love him. This is a movie where Johnny Knoxville is kind of the lead, and so he goes to like a halfway house or whatever for like recovering alcoholics or like addicts, and then they like enter a baseball competition or softball or whatever and play softball games and try to win money to like save the house. It was not very good. I don't think I'd recommend that one. Don't really have much to say about that one, honestly. Terrifier 3. I finally watched this one. I've seen the first two. I was kind of waiting for this one to come on something where I could watch it for free, or with the subscription service I pay for. So it went to Peacock, so I finally watched this. It was okay. Like the first one is very low budget. All of these like are seemingly like relatively low budget, although they do have some good, especially this one had some good practical effects, and like just the gore, the blood and gore and stuff. All those effects were very good, honestly, in this one. And I feel like they step it up each one. Like the first one was very indie looking and low budget. The second one's still a little bit, but a little bit better. This one was, still a little bit, but like looked better, and overall was just seemed like a higher quality movie, and probably the best one of the three so far. And I'm sure they're going to do a fourth one, especially with how this one ended and just how these movies do. I feel like people like these Terrifier movies, and keep them going. I love horror. Fountain of Youth on Apple TV Plus. Of course, this was good because it was on Apple TV Plus. Not my favorite genre. It's like an adventure movie where they're trying to find the Fountain of Youth. That's pretty much the gist of it. John Krasinski from The Office, Natalie Portman, those are kind of the leads in it. And it was entertaining, fun, kind of action adventure movie. Definitely high quality, excellent production value, cinematography, everything looked great. Cool action sequences and choreography with that stuff. And yeah, it was a quality movie for sure. If you're into that kind of genre, like definitely check that one out. It's a fun movie. Borderlands, I've heard nothing but bad things about this movie. I finally got around to watching it on Starz, and not as bad just based on everything I had heard about it. I heard it was just a tremendous flop, terrible movie. So I guess my expectations were really low. So going into it, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't good. I didn't. I wouldn't recommend this as a great movie to go watch. But if you're sitting around, you got nothing to do. If you have Starz or the ability to watch this for free, I would go for it. Pay for it. Maybe probably not. Or if it's like a rental on Amazon for $2.99, $3.99, then sure, why not? But not awesome, but certainly not bad. It was entertaining and fun enough to get through, and yeah, wasn't bad. Together with Dave Franco and Alison Brie, was very much anticipating this movie, and while it was pretty good, it definitely didn't live up to my expectations. It's kind of a horror thriller movie where this like curse type of thing they come across that makes their bodies start coming together and fuse into one, so they're trying to like avoid that and like figure this out and get out of it. I won't spoil the ending. It was okay. Like it was fine. It definitely, I love those two actors. I thought, it looked cool. It had some cool stuff going on. Some of the effects with the like fusing together was pretty cool, but it didn't quite live up to what I was hoping for. It wasn't like an all-timer movie. It just was like good or decent, Apartment 7A with Julia Garner. This was on Paramount Plus. It was all right. A lot of these movies like were just all right. I didn't watch too many. There were a couple in here that were really good, but a lot of them were just kind of average, like whatever. This is not that good, honestly. It was fine, but not that great. This girl trying to be a dancer, she has a gruesome injury to her foot or ankle or whatever, and this old couple kind of like helps her out and like gives her an apartment to stay in and helps her to keep seeking her dream or whatever. And then it's a horror kind of thriller type of movie, but it's a pretty slow burn, and ultimately it's like about like Satan worshipers trying to jack this girl and her life and stuff. And it was not that great. Carmen, I only watched this because of an actor I love, Melissa Barrera. She's awesome at everything. I really like her a lot. You might not know her by that name. If you looked up the name, you might recognize her. She's in a ton of movies, and she's just very awesome, very good, very watchable. The movie was not that good. It's based on, I think, an opera, Carmen, but it's definitely like a remake of existing content, but it didn't really. It was kind of weird. It didn't have like it had a plot and obviously, but like it wasn't something you could grab onto and you're watching like scene after scene, like things evolve and move along. It was just odd. It was almost like a super long music video or something. It was weird. Anora, awesome. I had heard great things about this movie. Finally got around to watching it. Was kind of not avoiding it, but like putting it off because I'm like, I really like horror, thriller, like stuff's got to be going on. Like if it's just like a drama, it's better be really good. And this almost was kind of like a thriller drama in a way. Like it definitely had stuff going on, but it's just very watchable. Like the acting, the writing, the situation, like of what's happening in the story. It's just very engaging. You're just kind of like glued to the screen, like wanting to see what's going on, where this is going to go. So, yeah, definitely recommend Anora. That movie was awesome. I watched that on Hulu. Late Night with the Devil. I finally got around to this one. This has been on my list for a while. It's a talk show host. This movie was on Shudder, I think. I watched it on Amazon Prime, and I have Shudder on there. So I think that's how I watched that one. But this guy's like a late night talk show host. His wife dies, so he kind of goes away, and then he like comes back. And he's trying to have this kind of big event episode of the show to kind of like bring himself back in the limelight. And it's a horror movie, sort of, I guess you could say. And stuff starts popping off at the end, but it was pretty good. It definitely was, watchable. I was engaged and wanting to see what was going on, and not losing interest while I was watching it, but ultimately not the best movie in the world. Warfare, I watched this on HBO Max. Pretty solid. It's a true story of this crew in, sorry about it, but I'm going to guess Afghanistan, maybe Iran, Iraq, I don't know. Sorry. But they get ambushed and it's crazy. They just get attacked and people are dying, or people you think died don't die. It was wild. It was very entertaining. The first section of it was a little slow, but watchable, and not slow in a bad way. It was just like not a lot of action was going on. And then when the action starts, it's kind of nonstop. Like everything's popping off until the end of the movie, pretty much. It was good. If you like war movies, especially like if it's a true story, I definitely recommend this one. It was solid. Drive Away Dolls. I'm not even going to talk about this other than to say cheap ploy of putting Pedro Pascal is in this movie. He's in the opening 30 seconds, maybe 45 seconds. Spoiler alert on this movie, I guess, but it's a spoiler alert for the first 45 seconds. He dies, and he's not in the movie. So, like, he's, like, on the cover of the movie and stuff. And he's, like, this guy who's, you know who he is. He's in every movie in the world. So much so to the point where I'm done. Stop putting him in stuff. I'm over it. Someone else now, please. So, like, it's just funny, like, to bill this movie as, like, oh, hey, Pedro Pascal's in this. Just to, like, get people to watch it. And he's like not in it. Like, I love Margaret Qualley. Her voice and accent in this movie, just the way she talks, atrocious, unwatchable. Could not get past how just terrible it was. This movie, I think, is trying to be a comedy. It's supposed to be a comedy. Not funny. Nothing funny about the movie. It is terrible. Probably the lowest rated movie I've watched and rated in quite a long time, if ever. And I do not recommend watching that movie. It was on Peacock. Don't watch it. Wolves on Apple TV Plus, super recommend. So, of course, Apple TV Plus, solid quality. You know what to expect. You know it's going to be good. You know the cinematography is going to be good. The production value, the writing, everything's going to be solid because that's what they do. This is Brad Pitt and George Clooney, and they're both these kind of like fixer guys, like a fixer or a cleaner that gets called in, but they both get called into the situation, and they're like, what the heck? And they have to like deal with the situation together, and one thing leads to another. And awesome movie, so good. Also, Austin Abrams is in it, and hilariously, I'm watching this and I'm like, he's doing like a second movie of Austin Abrams playing a druggy type guy running wild through alleyways. Like, he does this in the movie Weapons. So seeing this movie, he's like half naked, just in underwear, running. It makes sense in the plot when you see what happens, but like running through alleyways and they're chasing him, and I'm just like getting the vibe of like, this is what he did in Weapons. This is so funny to see him doing the exact same thing again in another movie. But he was great in it. He's great in everything. He's an awesome actor. And obviously George Clooney and Brad Pitt are awesome actors. This movie was really good, really engaging the whole way through. You're definitely sitting there paying attention to everything that's happening and wanting to know how it's going to shake out. And it was solid. Highly recommend. Megan 2.0. It was okay. Honestly, I don't know if I like the first one better or this one. It was a different kind of thing. The lead, Allison Williams, kind of using Megan as an ally in this one against a different AI threat. So that was kind of interesting. But yeah, a little less of a horror movie, a little more just kind of action thriller in this one compared to the first one. But it was fun. It was a fun, entertaining movie. Definitely check that one out. I watched it on Peacock. It's worth a watch. And then Ballerina, or I think it's called From the World of John Wick, Ballerina. This was great. I've watched all the John Wick movies recently, 3 and 4, and then this one, I think I liked this one better than 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 I like can't really remember very much, but this one was solid. Like a lot of the same type, you know what these movies are. It's just crazy action, awesome fight choreography, cool like situations with the fighting and what they can do with using like their surroundings and grabbing stuff off shelves and doing stuff over tables. And it was cool, man. It was fun. The story was good. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. Definitely recommend that one. So that's it for movies. Let's go on to shows real quick. I didn't watch that many shows, but one I will jump down this list and say that I watched because it's right on tone with Ballerina is The Continental. Watch this on Peacock. This is The Continental from the world of John Wick is what it's called. It's a 3-part, like a mini series, but each episode is like an hour and a half. So it's kind of like the trilogy of movies almost. Like it's basically like 3 hour-and-a-half movies. I was shocked by this. Like I thought this was going to be kind of cheese or like kind of boring or whatever. It starts off a little bit slow in the first episode. And then things pick up in that one. And then the second one, and then especially the third one, is just like jam-packed, like full nonstop action, John Wick style. Crazy stuff going on. Really awesome use of music and like cool fight scenes and fight choreography set to like good music that they chose in this. And there were some really cool sequences, and I just was like very impressed and pleasantly surprised with how good that was. So I was on Peacock. Check that one out for sure if you like John Wick stuff. Hard Knocks, the training camp with the Buffalo Bills. Watched that. It was all right. You know, if you like Hard Knocks, you know what that show is. Then you know it's what it is. It's the same thing. I like Josh Allen a lot. He's super chill, relatable guy. He's very talented, very good. It's kind of hard not to like that guy if you're a football fan. So seeing him and do his thing and stuff, that was cool. Invasion. So I did a video about the show Invasion. I watched Invasion season 1 and season 2 in this month. I just started season 3, a few episodes behind on that. I think that show's currently happening right now, week to week in season 3. So good. Check out my video. I'll link that actually at the end of this video. But my video review of Invasion, I did it when I was only 6 episodes in. So by no means had I finished even season 1, let alone the first couple of seasons. And I was just compelled to like make this video of like, I gotta talk about the show. It's so good. Like the quality of it is so good. The writing, the story, the different characters that you're following, everything is so engaging, so well done. The quality, it's Apple TV Plus, of course, it's excellent, and I couldn't recommend the show more. Like it's so good. It is definitely changed. And by the time I've gotten through season 2, it's not what it was in the beginning of season 1, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's still good. It's still a good show. It's just evolved into kind of something else and doesn't have the same stuff going on that it did in the first season that I liked, but there's new stuff that I like in these new episodes. So yeah, definitely check that one out. Finally finished Friday Night Lights. I took forever watching this one. Finally finished it. This show is so good. Haven't talked about the first 4 seasons of it, but overall, there's 5 seasons of this show. It's solid. I think it's on Prime now. I originally started it on Netflix, and it came off of Netflix, and then now I think it's on Amazon Prime. High school football, Texas show revolves around the coach and then the players. Just great actors. There's huge name actors in this that went on to do awesome things. And it's just the writing is so good. It's a very well done show. Very emotional, good drama. If you like that kind of thing, you should check this one out. It's solid. Revival on NBC or Peacock. Nah, dog. I watched this because I saw a thing that said, "Oh, finally a show for Walking Dead fans. If you watch Walking Dead, you got to watch Revival." And I'm like, "Oh heck yeah, I'm in. I love Walking Dead." How dare you? No, this show sucks. And it's not zombies. There's barely sort of an element of like, there's this one day where like dead people came back to life and then they can't die now because they heal and just like they're immortal, I guess. I don't even know. Like this show sucked, dude. Like the show is so garbage. It's on Sci-Fi. Say no more, right? Like the quality of stuff on Sci-Fi is just full-blown cheese. Even when they're trying to take themselves seriously, it's like you can't because it's just cheesy. And I just cannot believe this was compared to The Walking Dead. It is not like The Walking Dead. Bad actors. Very low quality. Don't watch that. And that's about it. Like I said, not a whole lot of stuff I watched in September, but that was the gist of pretty much everything there. A few average things, a couple terrible things, but a couple good gems in there that I did recommend. Let me know what you thought, if you saw any of these, if you liked them, if you didn't like them, what your thoughts were on them. And leave a comment. Let me know if there's anything you think I should watch or that you would recommend for me to check out, or if you want to see me cover something. So stay tuned. Until next time,